and he has been doing it for years. And at that point, he lamented that, okay, he's retired, but he is still working because of how short the inspectors are in the country. And he was just there talking to me and sensitizing me about the job itself. And I was like, okay, if he's encouraging it and it's his job, then I think I should do it. So I applied to UTech for it.
How did he know you were interested in the field? Did you interview him when you were doing research?
No, I just knew him as a public health inspector, and I went to him to sign a few things while I was applying.
Oh.
Well, when I wanted to apply, I got the application form and so on. I had to get a, what you call it, reference. So I went to him and I was telling him that I wanted to pursue public health, and he was saying, do it because it's actually a good thing. And that's...
Okay. And we're talking about the late Clement Smith, right?
Yes, Mrs. Smith.
Okay. That's nice. That's nice that he encouraged you. So that helped you to make up your mind to say that you were going into a good career path and
definitely
solid enough for you to just settle yourself into it. That's good. So you went on to university and you started this career. Did you like the journey?
It was a long journey. I have no regrets. Yeah, I did like it I did like it overall.
Yeah. What was it? What were the challenges you had?
Challenges. Staying up to study all night.
Okay.
All night. Sometimes all night. I had to spend most of my days in library. I always tell people, I've never gotten to celebrate a good birthday because every time my birthday comes around, I would actually be in the library studying because I'd have finals at that point in time. So it was mostly work, and social life on the low.
Oh. Which month is your birthday? Which month?
November.
Which one?
November.
Oh, so yeah, that's kind of almost midterm going into.
Right. So it was always all work, no play.
Okay.
You know, universities tend to have parties and so on. And I tell people, and I don't know if they believe me, but literally, I've been to UTech for 4 years and I've never been at a social event there. Never, ever.
Yeah, obviously.
That was how dedicated I was.
Obviously, very, very dedicated.
Yes.
It paid off wonderfully. That's awesome.
It did. And other challenges, financial challenges, but it wasn't so bad because let me tell you, my mother, she is a superwoman. I don't know how she do it, but she did it. She was there right through. And so, let me tell you, growing up, I have a brother, Kamal Brumfield, and he always say, growing up, I grew up poor, but my mother made me feel rich. And it is true. It is true. So I had financial challenges, but due to how mommy works so hard, you don't even feel it.
Right. And just that dedication make you know that she's doing her very best.
Yes.
What she can do.
Yes, and I thank her every single day. She did it. And because of the effort she put in, and I saw how hard she had to work, and I was never really short on anything. She always ensured that I was good. I had to put in the extra work.
That's wonderful. That is so wonderful.
Yes.
That's so wonderful that you could see that, realize that, and appreciate that even then and now. You know, you didn't feel like you were lacking anything because, you know, she did her whole best, you know, to make sure that you guys were okay and well taken care of. And you had to deliver because you knew that she was delivering on her end also.
Definitely.
That is so wonderful. She must love
you. And when the work, yes, and when the work got so challenging and I needed some motivation, she was there. My husband was there. My family was there. And the entire community was there. And that made me wanted to work. so they could feel proud in the end.
Okay, so you got married pretty early then? Were you married from?
At that point, he was fiance. I got married May last year.
Okay. So he was with you during the university time, but you got married after. Okay, that's wonderful.
First year on. Thank you.
Oh, that's good. At least you have that stability. I like how stable your life has been, and that's probably a good thing for.
Very stable, very stable.
You had that stability for that ensured you're successful, and that's good. That's very good. So you graduated when? Last year? Let me see.
Yes, 2019, not last year, 2019.
Okay. And so what's next?
I'm currently working, but what's next? I plan on pursuing maybe, I'm not sure yet. I'm stuck between pursuing maybe a special area in the field or maybe doing a master's someday or a PhD someday. But just now I'm just working.
Okay. So how is the work world for you? Is it all you thought it would be?
Yes, it is all I thought it would be and more. It's actually good. And the lecturers rather in university, they prepped you so well. They were so hands-on with everything. So everything that they actually taught us in school, when you go on the field, it is actually like that.
Oh, that's good. Here's one person who school and work are the same thing. You know, most of us school and work don't relate.
All right, let me explain why. The Caribbean only have one public health school, and that's at UTech. So if it is that you want to pursue anything public health wise and you're in the Caribbean, then you would go to UTech to do that. But the teachers that do that lecture public health, they were actually inspectors before. Well, some of them or most of them were actually inspectors on the field before they became lecturers. So they can relate while teaching, they could relate to the field activities out there. So you would have a better understanding. So when you leave school and you go out there on the field, it is just as how they said it would have been.
Okay, great. Let me read some of the comments in the chat here. Guys, as usual, thank you so much for putting your note in here for your comments. And I really appreciate you participating in the way that you are. Juanita Blackwood says, I really admire you from school days. Even the other day I was talking about you. Michael Green says, good night, what a program. This couldn't better, my lovely lady. You are doing a great job. Thank you. Once again, I must say congratulations to you, Mom, and the tremendous impact you are doing by trying to transform people's lives so that society can see what's happening in this neck of the wood. It couldn't be better. Big up for this little for this little mistress. She has made her parents proud. Congratulations to you, Miss Rose and Mas Young. That's your stepdad?
No, my stepdad is Lawrence. I think he's referring to my dad.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so that's more commendations for you and commendations for the program. So thank you, sir. You're a good fellow.
Thank you.
Simone Monteith, hello, Newmarket community. Leona Star, hi everyone. Donna Smith, good night everyone. Big up Chin. Claudine says congratulations and keep up the good work. Good night everyone. Said Jacqueline Spence. Monica Jones, that was your old neighbor, right? Congratulations again, cuz so proud of you. Juanita H.N., I'm so proud of you, hon. Carvel Green, up cause girl with the brain that
Carvel.
Top board, love you, Riesling, keep it up. Monique Green, congratulations to you and your achievement. Never Spence, good night. Timel Thomas, one love. Kevin Orlando Dobson, congratulations. Krista Lee says congrats. Franklin Brown, good night to the host, the guest, and all viewers. Thank you, Franklin, and thank you for finding her and getting her on here. Thank you so much, Franklin. She's really a true inspiration. If there was anybody to inspire, is this young lady, Shalini Seaton. So proud of all your achievements, Chin. Keep it up. Why they call it Chin? The sky is the limit. Remain a Parkinson, good night. You're gonna tell me that after. Good night, Kishuna Daly. Trendsetter, congrats, pretty girl. Good night, family, says Angela Smith. So proud of you, Han, says Abigail. Ehron, Ehron Gale. Good.
Ehron Gale.
Yeah, go my daughter, cousin, tears in my eyes. Congratulations, young lady, says Romana. Ivan Comrie, great job. Spence-Cohen, Arlene Foster, good night, everyone. Bless. Jacqueline Spence too. It is not how you start in life, it's how you finish. Thank you guys so much. I'm sure there are other comments, and keep the comments coming, because the encouragement is great. And it shows other young people that, you know, when you do well, people will gravitate towards you. People will lift you up. If you're struggling, ask for help. Try to go to these people who we interview on here who are all striving and doing exceedingly well. So those of you who are in school and feel like you're stuck, you don't have anyone to talk to, maybe your mother didn't go to high school, or your aunts or whoever is around you, so they don't know what to tell you about certain things, reach out to these people that we feature on this program. They are here to help you. And that's why we're trying to find out all the resources that we have that come from the area, to make them available to the young people. Whether you're not going to abuse it, you're not going to call them, ask them for money and phone credit or none of that nonsense, but you could ask them questions like how she wanted to know about careers. She wanted to know how to get into school. She wanted to know some of these things, you know, just a peer counseling thing to help you along. So wonderful. I'm so proud of this pool of young people that we're literally digging up, you know, because a lot of people did not know about some of you guys and what you are doing and, you know, your achievements. So we're so happy to be able to pool our human resources as a community to make it available to the young people. So we were talking about you graduate, you're now a health inspector, full on. It's a pity Mrs. Smith is not here to watch your journey.
So true.
Yeah, but we're proud of you, and to see, you know, first time when you have health inspectors, most of them used to come from other places. We had Clement in the area, but if you think back, a lot of the health inspectors that ever was working in our place was from other places. So we're happy to have you right there, and especially since Mrs. Smith is no longer with us, that you take that place of being the health inspector for. Do they put you to work in the Newmarket area at all?
No, actually no. But before I answer the question, thanks for all the love in the comment section, guys. And Juanita, I remember you. But no, they do not put me to work in the Newmarket area. As a matter of fact, you mentioned that inspectors are usually from other parishes, which usually when you leave the public health school, they tend to put you 2 parishes away from where you actually where you're actually from.
Okay.
So eventually I was placed in Manchester. I worked there for a year, and then I took a transfer to St. Elizabeth.
Mm-hmm.
Currently I work in the Magati area.
Okay.
So no, I don't do Newmarket.
Not yet. Maybe one day you'll get lucky. Okay.
No, they always say a king doesn't have what they say. A king doesn't have crown in his or her own. or
country.
not in his or her own territory. You know, it's like that.
That don't apply to you. You already have it. you already have it. You already have the
Yes.
respect and the honor of the community. Believe me, they would love to have you. So go and tell your boss that that we are requesting you come over to us. Okay. So why do they call you Chin?
Oh, it's actually, growing up, they give you a government name, but they also give you a pet name, and that was my alias. That is my alias.
Is it because they think you look Chinese?
I am not sure. I never asked, but probably, I don't know. Probably my mother's last name before she got married was Fortune. Maybe it is from there. Or maybe it's because I'm a female, females back in that time, they often got names like Chin and so on. I don't know.
usually it's because of your looks. Okay. So
I never asked.
yeah, maybe it's because if you look at your profile picture, you could see why they would call you Miss Chin. The one in your gown?
Probably.
Yeah. So
yes.
you could see why they would call you Miss Chin. Okay, so you're in the health field and there's a lot going on with COVID and so on. I'm sure it makes your job a little bit harder, but are you coping very well?
It is a bit challenging now. During the pandemic, it makes the works. The pandemic makes everything harder. With the lockdown, with the we have to enforce the protocols like the wearing of the mask. We have to ensure that the bars and the other food establishments they're following protocols. The schools, we have to be monitoring them every week or so. And the ports, we have to monitor those as well. So COVID makes everything a little bit harder.
Okay.
And the contact tracing, the same. We have to do that because we have to control the spread. So COVID just made the work a whole lot harder, but we're out there and we're doing all that we can. We just want the citizens to work with us as well to make our
You're muted.
Job a bit easier.
Okay. Yeah, and
yes, my baby's crying in the back.
Yeah. Somebody's there talking to her?
Yes.
Okay. So
to him, it's a boy. Okay. But yes, somebody's there.
How many kids? How many kids do you have now? One?
One. He's 3 months old.
Okay, great. Yeah, so the minister was also saying today that COVID is spreading in St. Elizabeth, maybe not at alarming rates, but we need to be more careful. And so we probably need to do more public service talks and so on to sensitize the community. Is that something you're allowed to do?
I think the community, I think everybody is sensitized because it's on TV, it's on radio, and they're seeing it. But we're having challenges with people and their ideologies, I would say. So if people just follow the protocols as is what the Prime Minister set out, then probably everything will be a little bit better.
Okay, great. So we have the new market initiative that we are putting out that you might hear us mention about pooling our resources, or human capital together so that we can, raise the community up to a higher standard, bring in employment from projects and whatever we need to create to make sure that some money comes into new market. It's like a revitalization of the old new market because it was a very vibrant little community before the 79 flood. What role do you think you can play in all of this?
As an inspector, we are engaged in community work.
Mm-hmm.
If it is that community, there's a community that needs an intervention, public health wise or so on, we, the inspectors, are always involved. So from there, with the training and so on that we got, then if it is that my community needs a project or a type of intervention and there are people working on it, then of course I can chip in and help and see what I can offer. Maybe not physically if I cannot, but if I could, then why not?
Okay.
But if it's even, say, human resource, as you say, like brain, anything that ideas or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
of course, I could assist.
Yeah. And a great area that you could probably be of assistance is to sensitize young people about the career path of health.
Definitely.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot. Well, we have in nursing, but something like public health is not that popular in terms
No,
of
it is
career
not.
choice.
Definitely not.
Yeah. So, you know, when there's career fair and all of those things, you can and talk to students about how they can get into this career and, kind of show them how it works when you're a public health inspector and the role of the public health inspector. Perhaps, as I mentioned that, perhaps I should ask you, what are the roles of the public health inspector in a community?
Okay, so in the community, we're involved in meat hygiene. So basically, from time to time, we'll go to the slaughterhouse and carry out meat inspection to ensure that no unwholesome meat is not going out there on the market for human consumption. And we're also involved in food hygiene, ensuring that food is safe from the farm to the table. We do the food handlers training as usual to ensure that people are sensitized on how they should handle food so the food is not contaminated for human to consume or for their customers on a whole.
Mm-hmm.
We're involved in the community, for example, for interventions and so on. As I was saying to you, for example, if it is that a community, we see that it has a solid waste management problem or a liquid waste management problem, then we, the inspectors, we sometimes come up with projects to help the situation. And what else is it that we do? We're involved in vector control activities. So for like mosquito breeding sites and so on, we do vector controlling as well and all of that.
Okay.
We do carry out premises inspection, like we visit house to house, ensure that everything is okay there. So it's not just the shops and the schools and so on. We do go house to house and we do participate in sensitization. So it's not just sensitization on COVID. We're talking about sensitization on mosquitoes and flu virus and anything that is affecting the communities and so on.
Yeah. So if you notice your neighbor is doing something that is pretty unhealthy, you're supposed to be calling the health inspector to report this?
Definitely.
Yeah.
And we'll launch an investigation into the matter.
Mm-hmm. What about
to see how best we can resolve it?
When they steal these animals and butcher them or maybe the cow still has a calf inside and all of those things, are those things that people, if they see, they should be contacting?
Right, and contacting the health department, or if it is that that meat is supposed to be slaughtered in a slaughterhouse, right. So and people have a thing that they are slaughtering under a tree at their backyard and all of that. So if it is that they see anything like this, they can contact the health department or the police station, and an investigation will be launched into it.
So when people hang up the goat and kill the goat in the under the ackee tree or pear tree or whatever, that's illegal.
Supposed to be done in a slaughterhouse.
Wow, I didn't know that all had to be. I thought that just the ones that are to be resold. So at any level that should not happen. And when the butcher man come to your house and kill the pig right there and then take the meat, away. So all of those
Should be
things
done
are.
in a slaughterhouse.
So you all hear that? No, nobody should be doing that. What about the chicken slaughtering? How is that managed? You each person.
Well, we personally, at the health department, you won't have a record of everybody who have a chicken coop at their backyard because it's a country area. Most people have a coop at their backyard, but we don't, we to monitor all of them like that, it is very hard because, as I said before, you don't know one who have
right.
the poultry house at them backyard. But for the large scale owners with big poultry farms and so on, we do monitoring.
So what's the protocol for that? You just go there to see the area that they set up for the actual slaughtering and how they store.
Just like how you inspect the other animals, chickens are inspected as well.
Okay, but they can have their slaughter thing on site.
On site, usually for big poultry farms, they usually have they have a facility where slaughtering and so on is done.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Good to know. So
yes.
I'm sure you'll be having more questions from more people and regulations about hairdressing salons and all these things if you want to open.
Yes. And all the regulations are out there. So people they have smartphones and they have internet connection and so on. No, people just need to go and Google the regulations and other guidelines that are within the country and make themselves privy to all of these information.
Right. Do you guys regulate what is considered, what animals are considered edible or safe to eat? Like some domestic animals we eat as tradition, while there are others that other cultures would eat but we don't. Do you guys usually monitor that or make recommendation based on those?
No, not really, no. But we do know, say for example, if it is that I should be inspecting a bovine, say cow then, and if it is not a cow and I see a horse or a donkey, we know the difference based upon the training that we got. But to say that regulate what people eat, no, we don't.
Okay.
People have their right to eat what they want to eat. So no, we do not make those regulations.
Mongoose and alligator, it's okay.
It's up to them. They should know. But Jamaica have a different kind of system. They don't eat certain things.
Yeah, but certain people who come into Jamaica now are eating some of these things that we don't normally eat. So that's why I asked the question if there is any regulation as to that. Like you said,
eat what they want to.
We don't know enough about the consumption of this animal, so don't eat it. I wondered if we do that at all, or we just say you eat what you want. Okay, good. Very interesting. Hopefully we can talk some more and I can get you on here to do some training from time to time on whatever you're an expert at. And for the mentoring and counseling with other young people, I really would love to have you on board with that. And this whole big new project that we are planning out, that you will play a serious role in that as well, Miss Chin.
Yes.
It's such a pleasure to sit here and chat with you about your life. And I just want to thank your family, your husband, for giving you this time and keeping the baby so that you can I'm here with just a baby who was crying so much for mommy. So yeah, we really appreciate it, and it's love all around. And Newmarket is going to be forever proud of you, and we know we'll see much more in the future.
Definitely.
We continue to lift you up in prayers and in praise for the life that you have lived so far and the example you have set for young people in the area. We want to really thank you wholeheartedly for your time and effort to be here and for saying yes, because we have not been hearing much from the young ladies. And we know some of them are doing really well. So you have stepped up to the challenge and you're here. And we really, really appreciate you and appreciate the effort.
Thank you. Thank you. And
Anything,
again, thanks for the love and thanks for highlighting my achievements over the years and so on.
anything you want to say to the young people in parting? Thank you.
Okay, so for the young people, if I can do it, you can do it too. Just remember that we're all from, let's say, at the same background basically. So if it is that you have any challenge, you can overcome it. You can head towards what you really want to do. And if it is that you're not sure, the internet is there. Do your research. Go towards whatever you want. At the end, it will work out.
Right. Thank you. Solid words for us to end on, Miss Jin. I want to thank you, Anneko Spence-Cohen.
Yes.
Thank you so, so very much. And we will stay in touch and we'll continue to work together. You're truly an inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Good night.